Welcome to our September 11th water ceremony for peace and collective consciousness experiment. And today we are conducting a special water crystal experiment. And our mission at Water Peace Project is to inspire and educate the importance of water for peace. Hello, I'm Lindsay Fox, water researcher, international Hado instructor, and founder at Water Peace Project. And today I'm joined by our two advisors and special guests. Please welcome my Hado sister, Dr. Kumanga Andrahennadi, founder at the Center for Advanced Learning of Mindfulness. Thank you for being here today. Welcome, Kumanga.
Very nice to be here with you both. Thank you for the invitation, Lindsay. Thank you.
And also, please welcome our special guest, Hiro Emoto from IHM and Office Masaru Emoto. Hiro is a Hado teacher, and he is also the son of Dr. Masaru Emoto. And Hiro accompanied his father on world tours, visiting more than 30 countries, spreading the messages of water to cultivate peace around the world. And Hiro continues his father's legacy, organizing International Hado Instructor School and spreading Dr. Emoto's pioneering research, Messages from Water book that has been published in more than 75 countries. And so our sincere gratitude for you joining us to hold this ceremony today. Welcome, Hiro.
Thanks, Lindsay and Kumanga. Thank you for inviting me to hold another water crystal photography experiment. My pleasure.
Welcome. Love and gratitude to you both. And with today being September 11th and an International Peace Day approaching us, it really means a lot to come together and hold this water ceremony of love and gratitude. And this is in honor of our late great teacher, Dr. Masaru Emoto. And he taught us and believed that by holding the intentions of peace towards water and by thinking and speaking and acting with the intentions of peace towards water, that water can and will bring peace to our bodies and to the world. And so we are mostly made of water, and this is why we continue to pay our respect to water for the purpose of peace. And peace truly begins within ourselves. So today, we'd like to conduct this special water crystal experiment with all of you online now, and simultaneously we are conducting a group consciousness experiment in collaboration with Aquasci and Cybertronica. And together we're exploring the power of group consciousness. And for this experiment, we're using 2 water samples. One water sample is located in the lab in Germany, where we're scientifically measuring it for any subtle changes during this 30-minute experiment. And the other sample is sitting on Hiro's desk in Tokyo. And after this ceremony, and we'll send our love and gratitude, the water will be frozen and photographed for water crystals. And so Dr. Emoto's water crystal photography research reveals the quality of Hado, or vibration, with a visual image through water. And as Dr. Emoto did, we will start with the premise that water has memory quality and changes when exposed to different Hado or information or vibration. And first we will imprint the water by exposing it to our water ceremony prayers. And then after the water is divided into 50 samples and frozen, the frozen samples will be taken out one by one and observed and photographed under the microscope. So Dr. Emoto's water crystal photography really has changed how we view water. Before Dr. Emoto departed Earth, I had organized for him to speak at the world's leading water conference. Unfortunately, he did not attend, but I attended on his behalf, and Dr. Emoto also attended. And when Dr. Emoto returned, Dr. Emoto's last words were thank you. So I truly believe he was so grateful that his work was finally being received by the scientific community. And I was grateful to receive a special message from Professor Pollack, who is the founder and organizer and one of the world's leading water scientists. And he said that Masaru Emoto's messages to water have inspired many scientists to look seriously into the impact of subtle energies on water. And clearly some impact exists, as multiple laboratories have confirmed, with a growing number of laboratories in the hot pursuit of the mechanistic details. We miss Emoto, but treasure the pioneering contributions that this great spiritual leader has brought to the world, especially the implicit challenge to scientists to understand the mechanistic basics to those messages to water. And Dr. Emoto's theory was that water had a memory quality, or you could say a mirror quality that reflects back to us all that it receives. And his water crystal photography technique reveals the energetic qualities of water. So when we think about water quality in the world, for example, when we see that our local waters, the streams, rivers, the ocean, are polluted from or sick from pollution, industry, and an overall lack of respect for these bodies of water, then we can know that our own water body is affected by in the same way. But for some reason, there is this big disconnect between the world's water body and our own water body, which comes from a lack of understanding, I believe, that all water is connected. And when we understand how water responds to vibrations, then we should know how to treat all water, including our own water bodies, and also how we should treat others with love and respect. And so if we are able to do this for ourselves and each other and for all water, then we could actually move towards cultivating world peace. And this was Dr. Emoto's wish, and it's our wish too. And it truly starts with each of us and ripples out from there, because peace begins within. And this is exactly why we continue to conduct these experiments and this water research. So we're extremely grateful for each of you participating today. And it's no coincidence that we are coming together. It's September 11th for today's water ceremony. And again, for this special ceremony, we are conducting this water crystal photography experiment, and we will share the results on September 21st, which is International Peace Day. So like I said, when we understand how water responds to our vibrations, then we know how to treat each other. And this truly becomes visually obvious when we look to the water crystal photography and also the rice experiment in the back of Dr. Emoto's children's book. They both clearly demonstrate how our thoughts, words, and emotions, and basically our overall vibrations have a direct effect on water, ourselves and others, and all water. So Dr. Emoto had dedicated his life to promoting peace through water, and he was documenting his observations through his water crystal photography experiments and demonstrating the power of our consciousness, and again, how we're related to water on a deep level. And he was a true pioneer, and we are so grateful for his teachings. Hiro, thank you so much for joining us today and for conducting this special water crystal experiment together. We're so grateful for you. Thank you so much and welcome.
Yeah, thank you. You know, I learned a lot, of course, from my father, and I'm still learning a lot from what he said on the book and, you know, in the seminar. And he's been doing the research on Hado and water, but ultimately he worked for world peace. That was his, goal. And he always told everyone that we are water, because we are 70% water, and when water gets below 50%, we die. So we can say that we are nothing but water. And if you look at natures of water, it is very interesting. We can learn from them. Water is a very merciful, flexible, and harmony oriented substance, because water washes other contaminants, and water transform itself into solid gases and liquid and take the form that suit the occasions. So water is very flexible, and water dissolve almost any substances. And water can become one, always H2O, when mixed with any other water. So water really loves harmony. And there's a Japanese old saying that learn from water. And my father was telling us to be more aware of the fact that we are all water. So we live like water. He really emphasized that. So, we are all water, we are all connected. And as Lindsay mentioned earlier, and, he said water is a mirror of our consciousness, of our mind. And he thought that if our mind is mean, full of hatred and fear of greed, those will be reflected in the water and can cause terrible disasters by water. But on the other hand, if we are more abundant in love and gratitude, and such things will not happen. Then we will have peace and harmony in the world. So that's why ancient people, they did a prayer ceremony for water and the nature, because it's important to coexist and harmonize with the great nature. So they knew that how water can be a scared thing. So water reflects everything. And my father also stressed the importance of using beautiful words in creating a harmonious world, because negative words influence negatively and bring a negative vibration, resonate with the negative vibration and Hado, and lead to conflicts. If we always use beautiful words, we can create a beautiful vibration, Hado, and create the beautiful and harmonious world. So this is, of course, what he learned from water crystal photography. Water responds beautiful words to beautiful shape. But of course, this is teaching from Japanese or the Shintoism, and using the beautiful words so important. And even the Christianity, of course, in the beginning was the words. So words really source of energy. And so I think using beautiful words and living like water is the step toward the world of peace, and you can all practice.
Thank you, Hiro, for those beautiful words of wisdom. I love how you spoke about the flexibility aspect, because this is something that I deeply learned from Dr. Emoto while our time there, to see how welcoming he was for anybody and everyone from all over the world. This is something I clearly saw during, many visits with you, Lindsay, as well. And when he came to Scotland, he just embraced everyone as his own children almost. That's the feeling that I got hanging out with him. So yeah, so for me, before I met Emoto Sensei, I had my Buddhist practice, which inspired me to start reading about Emoto Sensei's work. And these, I think, philosophies go hand in hand about world peace. And in order to achieve world peace, we always need to begin within ourselves. So even the thoughts, before we speak out anything, it starts out as a thought. So how do we transform that even before it comes out? to become the beautiful words. And so the intention in Buddhism is actually the most important thing. Why we do something, even if we do something good with a bad intention behind it, the outcome might be different. So the intention, I think, is the key thing, and this is something I learned through the water crystal experiments in Japan. When I came to the for example, to the lab with just the intention of like just getting this done, didn't really work well, versus if I had done some meditation with love and kindness in my heart, I started to do the experiments, they were totally different. So it was also very apparent how we begin something really matters. I then, after I met Emoto Sensei, I wanted to get the water crystals, the photographs blessed by Holiness Dalai Lama and Holiness the 17th Karmapa, which I was really blessed to meet with. And they both blessed the water, and amazing results came. As you know, Dr. Emoto took the water sample from Holiness Dalai Lama's after visiting London. It had a little meditating monk inside the water crystal, which is pretty incredible. And Holiness Karmapa's water crystal was completely in harmony, like you said, Hiro-chan. Both represented harmony, actually, to me when I saw the water crystal. So yeah, this is what I wanted to share with the teachings from Emoto Sensei and teachings from water.
Thank you so much, Kumi, and so amazing to hear your experience and how water just always reflects back to us the truth of what's happening. And last time we met and did the last water crystal experiment, Hiro was talking about how Emoto Sensei said, never tell a lie. And I think that's also interesting, just like you were saying about how the intention is the most important. I feel that's the same thing as how the truth always will show its face. It's it just ripples out, or the intention, like you're saying, it, the origin of the energy, where it came from, even if it's disguised in some way, it finally will show its face and reveal itself in the outcome. Like you said, you had different answers, and these are such great experiences, that we are able to go through with these water crystal experiments. And thank you for sharing those lessons that you learned. I'm so grateful for the important lessons that Dr. Emoto taught me. And, as a certified Hado instructor, I went 5 times, and each time I was repeating some of the same lessons, but I always learn something deeper or something more about the true nature of water, just take me down a little bit further, learning of what my understanding was. So I'm just so grateful for all of that. And we really are creating our reality with our Hado, or our vibrations. And this is how we are creating the world around us. So it's really important to understand that when we want to cultivate world peace. And, Dr. Emoto's taught us the importance of paying respect to water, and that whenever we sit in front of water and send out messages of love and gratitude, that somewhere in the world, someone else is being filled with that love and gratitude, that we don't really have to go anywhere. And it's through the power of resonance, and the water that's right in front of us is linked to all the water in the world. So same here for this experiment, the water that we're looking at resonates with the water everywhere in the world. So these prayers that we're going to hold together for peace with love and gratitude will reach all the people in the world. And together we can wrap the whole world with a morphic field of love and gratitude to change and cultivate more peace in the world and create harmony. So with this in mind, let's begin the water ceremony. I will sound the crystal bowl, and Kumanga will share a special poem and about peace. and water, and Hiro will lead the grand invocation in Japanese, and together we can chant the Ho'oponopono prayer. So you can follow along by repeating after, and let's continue to direct our sincere feelings of love and gratitude to the water sample during this time. So let's begin now.
So to begin our water ceremony, I'm going to read out a beautiful poem. And so, but we can take it as a water meditation. So let's close our eyes and come to a comfortable posture with our feet flat on the ground, or if you're sitting in a half lotus posture, just having a balanced body, preparing our mind and body for this meditation and water ceremony. So just imagine that we have a water drop on our palm. You can imagine that, or if you have actually a glass of water, you can always place a drop of water on your palm, whichever is good. So now I'm going to read it out and just listen to the words and then be inspired by the meanings. So this drop that you hold in your hand is part of the water, which was the cradle of all life. On this planet eons ago, the first rain that splashed down on the hot earth to form the first sea. Each drop in sunlight has risen from the seas in countless ages and fallen to the earth again as rain. The drop that you hold in your hand has been a prism forming myriad rainbows, has traveled underground streams, bubbling through dark caverns. The architect of cathedral caves formed valleys and split granite. The drop that you hold in your hand has flowed down broad rivers, has risen in the sap of trees, has been the sweat of slaves and tears of children. It has become the foam-topped waves and deep, unfathomable depths of vast, dark lakes dead and seas. The drop that you hold in your hand has been part of the great flood, has been a dewdrop on a blade of grass, a drop that has been pounded through the hearts of whales in blood and lain in an eagle's egg. It has travelled in the fluid of poet's brain and dripped from the wounds of the dying. The drop that you hold in your hand has been trapped in the snows of the Arctic, reflected the sun in a desert oasis, and refreshed the weary. This drop, unimaginably old, yet so fresh and new, is evaporating slowly from your hand to mingle with the air you breathe, or perhaps drift in a sun-topped cloud 1,000 feet above the earth. Now imagine its journey from your hand. Where will it go? You can direct its journey as it evaporates Send your consciousness with it. It is the water of life. It is still water. Thank you.
Thank you, Kumi-chan, for the beautiful prayer words. And now I would like to speak the grand invocation. This is the prayer words used by my father, and this was originally invented by his teacher, Dr. Shioya. He was a teacher of Kototama, the words in spirit. And the meaning in English is the eternal power of the universe has gathered itself to create the world of true and grand harmony. So this grand invocation was used always by my father when he joined a water prayer ceremony in the different countries. This was very powerful and sometimes changed the quality of water and changed the energy of water and made a lot of miracles actually. And so since then we've been using these words and chant and when we have a water ceremony. So today I would like to chant this grand invocation in Japanese. It is 宇宙の無限の力が凝り凝って誠の大和の御代が名になった。So I will speak these words in 4 parts, and then please repeat after me, and I will chant 3 times in Japanese. Okay. 宇宙の無限の
宇宙
宇宙の無限の
力が凝り凝って
力が凝り凝って
誠の大和の
誠の大和の
御代がなりなった。
御代がなりなった。
宇宙の無限の
宇宙の無限の
力が凝り凝って
力が凝り凝って
誠の大和の
誠の大和の
御代がなりなった。
御代がなりなった。
宇宙の無限の
宇宙の無限の
力が凝り凝って
力が凝り凝って
誠の大和の
誠の大和の
御代がなりなった。
御代がなりなった。
Thank you.
And now we will share the Ho'oponopono prayer together. And this is also another prayer that Dr. Emoto would share and chant at every water ceremony. And this is actually a Hawaiian healing prayer for reconciliation. So a powerful clearing and healing with these words. It's 4 parts, and I will share those. You can repeat after. And it's water, I'm sorry. Water, please forgive me. Water, I thank you. And water, I love you. And we'll begin now. Water, I am sorry.
Water, I'm sorry.
Water, I'm sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
Water,
Water,
please.
please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I
Water,
thank you.
I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water,
Water, I love you.
Water, I am sorry.
water,
Water, I'm sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
water, please.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I thank you.
I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I am sorry.
Water,
Water, I'm sorry.
Water, please forgive me.
water, please.
Water, please forgive me.
Water, I thank you.
Water, I thank
Water,
you.
I thank you.
Water, I love you.
Water, I love
Water, I love you.
So this concludes our water ceremony. Thank you everyone for joining from around the world. So please do take these blessings with you wherever you go, because as we know, we are water, and as Lindsay said earlier, we connect with all the water bodies anywhere around us and anywhere in the world. So we are all connected there more than we think we are. So we have this natural ability also to generate this deep feeling of love and gratitude. And then perhaps this could be this intention we're talking about to begin everything, in our lives. So we wish you all the best in taking these prayers with you. And let me pass over to now Lindsay.
Thank you, Kumi. Thank you so much. Your poem was so peaceful and beautiful and powerful. Thank you so much. I felt the drop in my hand and I was putting it to my heart and wishing it out to everyone. And then also energetically, I was placing it on my head and it was so beautiful. And Hiro, thank you for sharing the grand invocation.
Yeah.
And also, while we were all sharing Ho'oponopono, Kumi, I hear your bird singing in the background. It was like we said, I love you. We said, tweet, tweet, joining in the prayer. And so we know the intention was for 10% of the world's population. And we even have Animal Kingdom joining in to chant for peace and harmony. And 10% is the tipping point, hopefully, that we can have all the world follow and leading in this positive direction. So we will continue this every month. And thank you so much for Hiro for joining us again today. We really do appreciate that.
My pleasure. Thank you for continuing to conduct a water ceremony every month. And so I think really it's important. And, now I think it's time to go back to what our ancestors did in the beginning. And they always pray. They always, give a love and gratitude to the water and Mother Nature. And that's how they coexist with great natures. And now I think it's really important to recall that, and we do that. And most importantly, we just give always positive vibration energy, because it's really important to give out the positive energy so that we resonate with the positive things. And So thank you, Lindsay, always conducting this beautiful water ceremony and spread this out to the world. And I think it's really important. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you both. And also, we talk about Dr. Emoto's teachings and that we are Hado instructors. We want to invite you all to, if you're interested in learning more about Kumi's work or Hiro's work, we'll put the link in the chat for you. But especially we have International Hado School coming up this fall. Hiro, would you like to share those dates for everyone?
Yes.
Link in the chat for everyone if anybody's
Ye-
interested.
Yes. We will have the 34th Hado Instructor School in Tokyo from October 14th. And yeah, there's still openings. And if you're interested in learning about water and Hado and power prayer consciousness and experience water crystal photography and also Hado measuring devices, and the Hado Instructor School pretty much covers what Dr. Emoto has been telling and writing, on the book. And yeah, great thing about Hado School and people who come here, they're so beautiful people because everybody has the same intention, which is to create the beautiful, harmonized world. And so they're from different country, the different background, but um, we feel like we're same and together and oneness. And so every time, like at the third day of Hado School, they miss each other, because they're like a family. Yeah, so I'm very looking forward to have another Hado School, to meeting with the different beautiful people and yeah, learn together. And so yeah, if you're interested, then please check out the website and you see the details, and hope to see you at the school in Tokyo.
Absolutely. I put the link in the chat there for everyone. And don't forget about experiencing the Japanese culture. I was just watching a documentary, How to Live to 100, about the blue zones, and they talk a lot about Okinawa and how the people live there with the nature and in balance, and how this not only affords them a happy life, but healthy life and living long and prosperous. So I thought that was really interesting, but truly experience of a lifetime to go to Hado School. And absolutely, it's amazing how different we all are, and we come from all parts of the world, and yet we feel like we're the same or a part of the one big family. So I highly recommend it. And if you're interested, you definitely check that out. And as I mentioned, every time we come together, I always feel Dr. Emoto in my heart, and I feel his happiness resonating within mine each time we come together. So in water, we truly unite. And I sincerely thank everyone for joining today, and especially Kumanga and Hiro for joining us and your support at Water Peace Project. My sincere love and gratitude for your resonance and the authenticity that we share with our intention in cultivating peace. And Hiro, it was, because of your father that we do this work, and this work has truly brought such a great purpose and fills my heart every day. So this is why for the last decade, we continue to have the water ceremony, and why we founded Water Peace Project. So his messages will continue to ripple out and inspire initiatives all around the world.
Yeah, and we have World Water Festival event in November 11/11 in Kumamoto, Japan. And that's actually second World Water Festival event. We had one last year in Shizuoka Prefecture. At that time, not many people gathered because of COVID situation, but we did it online, water prayer ceremony. And because it is a Japanese festival. It's called the Matsuri. Matsuri original meaning is pray for God and nature, and so that's the purpose of Japanese festival Matsuri. Yeah, we thought it's really important to do that, and especially, it's important for everyone to come together to become one and send a prayer in regardless of nationalities and language and religions. And that's why we use the word water festival, because water is equal to everyone and water can be connected with everyone. I would like World Water Festival to be a festival for all the mankind. So I know it's step by step, but this year the second World Water Festival will be held in very huge venue. Actually, it's an outside concert venue which can hold up to 20,000 people. And so yeah, and it's free event. Everybody can join, and we do online. It's for free too. So we have Japanese drumming performance. We have singing. We have crystal ball playing, and also conch shell. That's gonna be amazing. It's used for Mayan ceremony to purify the field, and then we have grand ceremony, prayer ceremony, come together as one and send prayer for the peace, give a love and gratitude to nature and water. And so that's what we're gonna do on 11/11. If you could come over, that would be great. But if you cannot, you can join from internet. Live streaming is available, and the details please check. And we like to make the collective consciousness to be really, really positive one. So we want to send it out to the world, cover the earth. And 11/11 is actually also World Peace Day, the day World War I was ended in Europe. And so everybody has a feeling, everybody, pray for the peace on that day. And so it's going to be really positive consciousness on that day. So we connect with other people who do the event on that day too. So yes, we would like to make big positive collective consciousness and covered on the earth on that day. So yes, please join us.
Thank you, Hiro. And I will put the link in the chat for that also. And
Yes.
I did not know that 11/11 was a peace day in Europe. That's
Yeah.
also my wedding anniversary. So I'll
Oh
be
my God.
celebrating all around. You need to come for the festival. So thank you so much.
My sister's birthday.
What?
My sister's birthday.
No.
You're going to
Lots of
celebrate
celebrations.
all the way around. So love and gratitude to everyone for joining in resonance. This was actually our last water crystal experiment for this year. And we will continue to send our love and gratitude each day from now until September 21st, which is International Peace Day. And that's when we will share the water crystal results from today's experiment. And I hope that you will all join in resonance. So to learn more about our schedule, experiments, our published research, please visit us at waterpeaceproject.org. Love and thanks to each of you, sending blessings of love and gratitude to bring peace and harmony to each day and all around the world to everyone. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Gurja. Thank you, everyone.